I'm sorry, what's your last name?
Dinner, D-I-T-T-E-R-T.
And Debbie was the first manager in the 5 years I have left that was actually doing my paperwork correctly. I have to go to the New York State every year and show my paperwork, my DL-18, and they have to be done right. They haven't been done right. I had dogs disappeared out of cages that they said they never got, even though it was inside. You know, it's been a big mess. She was doing it right. They fired her. You know,
I'm sorry, but and you were paid by the Humane Society.
Yeah,
I was paid by the Humane Society, although I don't know what the order would be, but I was forced out of the Goshen Humane because Susan Bosley and Rick Bosley hired their daughter, and they wanted her. Unfortunately, this girl was not. They hired her and made her the assistant manager with no qualifications whatsoever. She was bringing her small child in who was throwing kittens. There was nothing I could do, although she was under me. There was nothing I could do to stop what she was doing because Susan Bosley would not allow me to. Money was stolen from the shelter. I let the board know. Susan Bosley did nothing about it because it was her daughter that was there when the money was stolen.
Well, let's in presenting it, and not that I'm doubting your work, but it's all a matter of perspective. So
well, you know what, but the thing was, money was missing.
Money was missing.
But it was
no
never
problem. Money was missing. I got that.
It was never brought. There was no investigation. There was nothing done. The money was gone, and that was it. You didn't see it in the Chronicle. You didn't see. They did go to the police, but they asked not to do an investigation. They just went there, I guess, and I don't even know what the reasons were, but since Debbie's been gone, the shelter was always full. When I was there, it was full. When every single manager that's been there is full. I went there yesterday to bring in a dog. There was no other dogs. It was empty of dogs, and there was only 11 cats. Now, every shelter in this area is packed with cats, and they have only 11, which means they're turning away people in the town and the village of Goshen, and that's wrong. There's cats running all over that neighborhood because people must be dumping them. Now, somebody called them yesterday, wanted to bring them a pit bull. He was being evicted from a place in the village of Goshen, and he couldn't pay the surrender fee. As a manager, when I was a manager, I would have taken that dog knowing he could just dump that dog anywhere.
It's not mandatory. They have the money, they have to pay $100 surrender fee, but you're making $150 to adopt that dog out.
Right.
So you don't have to take that $100. If somebody's down and out and they're going to be homeless tomorrow, take their dog.
The thing is,
what a dog shelter is.
Right, the town and the village pay money to the Humane Society, but I don't know really what it's for. Because it does say in the contract, the municipality has no involvement in any aspect of the administration or conduct of the Humane Society or its programs. Now, when I was the manager of the Humane Society, I was made to be accountable for what I took in, for what I euthanized. Well, that was after 5 months of euthanizing the feral cats from the village and coming under a lot of fire for it, but I did what had to be done. But I had to show what was returned to owner, what was adopted, what was euthanized, yeah, right. I had to show that at the town board meeting, and I did.
Town board.
Right. I did that. The moment I stopped being the manager, the town stopped asking for it, and the Humane Society stopped providing it, which I don't understand because they should be accountable to the town and to the village for what they're taking in and what they're putting out.
I have to say, like Maureen will tell you, my adoption rate was phenomenal when I was there, but because I insisted when they offered me the job not to hire another person, that I didn't want kennel help that worked from 8 to 11 taking care of the animals, and then I walked in with my nice clothes on at 11 o'clock and played manager. I was kennel help. I wanted to continue to take care of my animals. You can't adopt an animal out that you don't know. If I'm not hands-on, how do I adopt? You know, if somebody comes in looking for a lap cat, I know who's a lap cat. They come in looking for a master, I know who's a master. I mean, you have to know your animals, and you have to know if they're sick. And the only way to know that is to be with them daily. I gave them, the Bosleys, thousands of dollars a month. Where did the money go? Why is that money not accounted for?
Why adopted funding?
Adopted, exactly. And I did all of the rescues down in Tennessee. All of the money that I made for that, I drove down myself and went and picked up puppies. Where's all that money? This is a not-for-profit organization. There should be some accounting on where that money is going.
And there is no accounting. There's nothing being brought to the town. The Bosleys were asked for the contract from Doug Bloomfield a month and a half ago. Actually, shortly after I spoke to you and the mayor. That might have only been a month ago, but we still don't have a contract. And the running of the shelter has just been a big mess. You have two people that don't live in the town or the village as the president and the vice president. If there's emergencies, they got to come all the way from Montgomery. To me, that's wrong. You have people that don't know the New York State rules. I brought in a pit bull that I got with the police department. Very nice dog, but the woman who had found it had it near her cat and was trying to go after her cat. So I told this Humane Society people, I said, it's great with kids because I had it around my daughter, it's great with other dogs, do not put it around cats.
They're afraid of dogs, by the way. So
that's why there's no dogs there anymore. But 2 days later, the ag and markets rule has to be held 5 to 7 days legally. 2 days later, that dog was dead, euthanized by the Humane Society, and the cat that it attacked received, I think, a surgery that cost them $1,000. This is human error. So this dog got killed for human error. Against New York State regulations, you have a board that should know what the New York State regulations are. And you have them, and they obviously don't.
And that dog should have had a necropsy done because, first of all, that dog was a stray. So I mean, they could be fined the most amazing amount of money because if the dog, I was the manager, so I know the rules. If the dog is brought in as a stray, you don't know if it bit somebody yesterday. So if it's going to be euthanized, which we've had to do before, I have to hold a basic dog for 10 days in the shelter and take care of it. I'm not afraid of dogs.
And the way
that's my job.
Right. The way they're saying it is that they are a no-kill shelter, so they don't have to take in animals. It even says it.
Can you explain that to me?
No kill, low kill.
I know, no killing, but that gives them the right to turn away animals?
That's what when I spoke to the new manager, who is oh my God, Tim